Before we begin, please be advised that this video contains footage from a federal court case that includes mature and explicit topics. Viewer discretion is strongly recommended. All parties mentioned are presumed innocent until proven guilty. This is a factual summary of what took place during Day 4 of the cross-examination of Cassie Ventura in the federal trial of Sean Diddy Combs, held on May 15, 2025. This footage is sourced directly from courtroom reporting by Inner City Press. Let's take a look at what happened. So as court opened for the day, the defense began their cross-examination of Cassie Ventura. They started by focusing on the history of her relationship with Mr. Combs, which lasted for more than a decade. The defense asked her directly, did she love him? Cassie responded simply, I did. The defense then emphasized that she wasn't just his romantic partner, but someone who took care of him in various ways. Cassie acknowledged this and even confirmed that while the world might have known him as Diddy or Puff Daddy, to her, he was just Sean. From there, the defense started referencing old messages Cassie had written during their time together, some affectionate, some romantic. These included messages like, I love you, and I'll fly anywhere for you. Cassie confirmed that she had written those. When asked about the context of some messages, she explained that their relationship was loving in the beginning. At multiple points, the prosecution objected to some of the messages being shown, arguing they weren't admissible as evidence or were hearsay. The judge allowed some of them through, but told the defense to rephrase others. This was a recurring pattern throughout the day. The defense shifted focus to texts that mentioned travel, date nights, and shared plans. In one exchange, Mr. Combs had sent her a message saying, we are so in love we don't do anything else, and Cassie had replied with affectionate language. The defense used these to show that the relationship included periods of intimacy and deep emotional connection. Cassie agreed that those messages reflected how she felt at the time. Then the topic shifted. The defense began referencing a term that came up often during the trial, freak-offs. These were described in court as sexually explicit encounters that sometimes involved multiple people in drug use. Cassie was asked to confirm if she used that term in her messages with Mr. Combs, and she did. In one exchange, Combs suggested inviting someone named Jules to join them, and Cassie responded positively. The content of these exchanges was explicit, and at one point, the courtroom took a short recess. After the break, the defense continued showing messages in which Cassie expressed desire and made plans for upcoming encounters with Mr. Combs. The point seemed to be showing a level of mutual participation in certain events, at least based on the messages. Cassie was also asked about her drug use. When the defense brought up pills, she said she was using opiates during that time. She admitted to deleting videos from her devices and confirmed sending private videos to Mr. Combs, sometimes with captions like, "This is for my husband." She said there were moments when she questioned if she was being seen only for sex, and that this was something that concerned her during the relationship. The cross-examination then moved to public events. Cassie confirmed that celebrities like Britney Spears and producer Dallas Austin had attended her 21st birthday party in Las Vegas. She said they came for Mr. Combs, not necessarily for her. The defense briefly explored her early music career. Cassie described a performance on 106 in Park that didn't go well, and she said Mr. Combs supported her afterward by helping her make a YouTube video to recover her image. She was also asked about relationships she had before and during her time with Mr. Combs, including one with a producer 10 years older than her. The defense wanted to paint a picture of her career and personal life before things became more serious with Mr. Combs. Cassie said that the freak-offs sometimes involved wigs, masks, and discretion. She said these encounters were kept secret from her friends. At one point, she confirmed that public awareness of these activities didn't come until much later, specifically in 2023. When asked about whether the lawsuit she filed hurt Mr. Combs' career, she said she could understand that it did. From there, the defense began reading additional messages aloud, this time focusing on physical intimacy, sexual encounters, and scheduling. Cassie was shown messages where Mr. Combs asked about her menstrual cycle, proposed meeting up, or expressed sexual desire. She confirmed that the messages were real, but sometimes said she didn't remember every detail. The defense also asked about Cassie watching Mr. Combs with other women. She said it had happened a couple of times, and that although they didn't openly discuss a swinger lifestyle, there were moments when she witnessed him with others. When asked if any of his assistants ever came into the room during these encounters, she said she couldn't say for sure because she was often high and her memory was foggy. Cassie then described the feeling of having her privacy invaded during the relationship. She said it was a regular issue. At one point, the court paused again while attorneys debated whether a lengthy document should be shown to Cassie. The judge agreed to let her read it on a screen, and the questioning resumed after that. The cross continued with questions about Mr. Combs's moods and behavior. Cassie said that he used opiates and MDMA regularly and that his mood would shift, especially when withdrawing. She said he could become irritable. When asked about other substances, the prosecution objected and the judge told the defense to rephrase. Cassie then said that she saw Mr. Combs withdraw and knew about his drug use firsthand. Later in the day, the defense presented more messages that referred to FOSS, a term used in their communications. Some of these messages referenced specific people, hotels, or locations, while others were more ambiguous. Cassie confirmed that in some cases she said, "I love our FOSS," or made references to ovulation, hotels, or getting items from a store. One text mentioned the game starting at 10 p.m. with a requirement not to break character until 8 a.m. Cassie explained this was a bedroom game someone had recommended to help rekindle romance. Other messages showed Mr. Combs proposing a visit to a club and discussing a surprise package. At one point, Cassie responded to his messages while getting her brows done. The defense also brought up a time when Mr. Combs traveled to visit another woman, and Cassie said this caused an argument. Cassie acknowledged moments of jealousy. She said that she saw social media posts of Mr. Combs with other women and felt upset. She admitted to sending messages out of anger, including one to multiple members of Mr. Combs's staff. She said she felt hurt and betrayed. Later, she was asked about a suspected relationship with Kid Cutie. Cassie said they were on a break at the time and that the relationship with Cutie only lasted about a month. She admitted to using a burner phone and confirmed that after Mr. Combs found out, there was tension. She said he brought it up often, especially when his own actions were questioned. Another incident involved an eyebrow injury. Cassie said it happened after she fell asleep instead of packing for a trip. She claimed her drink earlier in the night may have been spiked and that Mr. Combs was intoxicated. When asked if he ever acted violently while under the influence, Cassie said yes. She also said he sometimes later claimed he didn't remember. Cassie spoke about attempts to go to a rehab-like spa, but admitted that formal rehab wasn't something they pursued during the relationship. She confirmed attending Burning Man multiple times and said they sometimes called each other get-high partners. There were also questions about other serious events. The defense asked if Cassie told the government that Mr. Combs once went to confront Suge Knight with guns. Cassie said she did not remember saying that and didn't believe she was present. When asked if she saw Mr. Combs hit someone with a wooden hanger, she said she saw he was angry and saw the hanger, but didn't confirm witnessing the physical act. The court then turned to the fallout between Cassie and a longtime friend, Carrie Morgan. Cassie said that the friendship ended over legal disputes and personal conflicts. She said they hadn't spoken except for one text. Toward the end of the day, the court discussed the Intercontinental Hotel incident. The judge asked for a time clarification using UCT, Universal Coordinated Time, and the attorneys debated the date. Cassie was asked about events from March 3rd and 4th and read additional messages about sexual plans and work commitments. Cassie described one planned event as involving a dancer, who also acted like an escort. She said she didn't remember much from that night due to the drugs. Finally, as the day closed, the judge dismissed the jury, thanking Cassie and instructing her not to speak with the government overnight. The court then discussed scheduling for redirect and the next government witness, who was expected to be Don Richard. And with that, the judge adjourned the courtroom for the day.